The history of quick service restaurants in Nigeria will not be complete without the name Mr. Bigg.
Do you remember your first bite of Mr. Bigg's meat pie? That crisp golden crust gave way to a steamy savory taste. For decades, that yellow bee on a red background was not just a logo. It was a beacon of comfort for millions across West Africa. From Lagos to Accra, Mr. Bigg's was not just a fast food joint. It was where you celebrated your first salary, where your family gathered after church, where you snuck off during school breaks, and where you took your crush for first date. This is a story of how a simple coffee shop grew into Nigeria's first true fast food giant. It is a tale of innovation, bringing air-conditioned dining and computerized service to a country hungry for new experience. But then something changed. The company's success breeds complacency, and this is also a cautionary tale. As Mr. Bigg's expanded through franchising, it lost control of its greatest asset, quality. The very model that fueled its growth became its Achilles heel. Meanwhile, new competitors emerged, armed with fresh ideas and unburdened by aging infrastructure. Little by little, the restaurant started closing, the familiar sign disappeared, and we were left wondering what happened. This is the story of missed opportunities and failure to adapt. While Nigeria's taste evolved, Mr. Bigg's clung with old menu and method. The brand that once defined fast food for millions found itself struggling to remain relevant in the very market it had created. Well, it is time to delve into the truth. Welcome to the insane, truth, and heartbreaking story of Mr. Bigg's. Mr. Bigg's story began in the heart of Nigeria's bustling commercial scene. Born from a coffee shop in the iconic Kingsway departmental store of the 1960s, it evolved into the Kingsway Rendezvous in 1973. It was like the Walmart of Nigeria between 1950s and the mid-1980s. Kingsway was originally established by the United Africa Company of Nigeria in Lagos and had several locations across major cities in Nigeria. However, when the economic turbulence forced Kingsway to close in the mid-1980s, the parent company saw it as an opportunity to transfer their small fast food chain into something bigger. So in 1986, after vigorous market research, the first Mr. Bigg's restaurant was officially launched. It was the first standalone restaurant in Marina, Lagos. It wasn't just another eatery, it was Nigeria's pioneer into the quick service restaurants industry. The timing was perfect, with a growing expatriate community and rising middle class hungry for convenience quality meal. Mr. Bigg's quickly became a sensation. The brand's rapid expansion was remarkable. By 2006, Mr. Bigg's had over 170 restaurants across 40 major cities in Nigeria, even expanding its reach to Ghana. Its partnership with a major oil company, Mobil, was a stroke of genius, placing Mr. Bigg's across filling stations nationwide and making it a staple for travelers. Unfortunately, the seed of decline was sown in the same strategy that fueled its growth. In 2002, Mr. Bigg's adopted a franchising model, the very first Nigerian company to do so. The initial plan of the company was to maintain 90% company-owned outlets and 10% franchises. This was after the company sent someone to Aberdeen, Scotland, to understudy the operation of the quick service restaurants industry in other parts of the country so that they can model the same in Nigeria. And some of those restaurants understudied were McDonald's and Burger King. Initially, Mr. Bigg's expansion was widely successful, leading to over 170 restaurants in 40 major cities. Expanding its reach to Ghana, things started to go downhill when Mr. Bigg's increased its franchising ratio. While this model, the franchising model, helped with its expansion, quality control was a problem, as these franchisees started facing the harsh realities of the Nigeria business environment, like the unreliable power supply, high electricity bill, multi-dimensional tax, supply chain issues, etc. They started cutting corners to save cost. As a result, there was a decline in quality and consistency across the brand. At some point, the UACAN cut franchisees loose from their supply chain and allowed them to find their own. By 2010, Mr. Bigg's was losing ground to new competitors. New restaurant chains like the KFC and Chicken Republic were expanding rapidly and adapted to customers' taste. Mr. Bigg, once the trendsetter, was now struggling to keep up. In 2013, in a bid to revitalize the brand, the parent company sold 49% stake to a South African food service business. But then, the decline continued. By 2023, the number of Mr. Bigg's fast food restaurants plummeted from over 170 to less than 60. Recent years have seen attempts at rebranding, including new restaurant model, menu expansion, and creation of express kiosks. But the question remains, can Mr. Bigg reclaim its throne in the fast food kingdom it once ruled, or will it become a nostalgic relic of Nigeria's culinary history? Kindly share your thoughts in the comment below. Thank you.